Hey guys. Hey, how's it going? Hey guys. Hey guys. I got a cold. I'm sick. I got a cold. Welcome to the cold sickness cast. Down with the sickness shit, yo. What's up? Yo, what's up? Yeah. I'm sick. Hope you guys don't catch the cold I have. I'm sick. Alright, yeah, I'm really not that sick. I just feel like I have a mild something going on. Um, you know, and I talked about it last time. I thought I would get one. Well, it's not really much of one if it is something. And just a life update. I did go to that meeting I was talking about, and yeah. I don't know if anyone else here can relate to me. If you're just like not a social person, like just meetings in general, just like not something to look forward to, but it really wasn't bad. It wasn't too bad. I mean, there's parts of it annoying, but now I get to have some achy. I'm like achy and not really with a cold. Like that's been happening to me every year for some reason. Maybe I should go get a physical and like blood tests or something. It's just weird to not have other symptoms besides like achiness. Not really a fever, just like sometimes I'm like, do I have Lyme disease? Do you guys know? And it's just like kind of a thing everybody like that seems like one where everybody can just say they have that like or worry because it's like I think you get tiredness and fatigue, which is like such a vague thing that everybody experiences, you know. I'm like slightly tired, like I'm just like not really energetic lately. People always like do that. I think over the lockdown over COVID, like everybody was like, I have brain fog. You know, it's like, yeah, because we're just sitting indoors and everything is just so different. Like, I think that was just depression everyone had. Like, everyone at the same time had, oh, this is very loud. Yeah. All right. My volume was a little messed up there. You know, we all at the same time had just like a low level depression, I think, over the pandemic because, there just was nothing to do and you were just sitting inside. It felt like brain fog, which is another vague thing, which I don't really know if it even is real. I have brain fog. I'm just not with it lately, you know? Well, are you tired? Because that's what that is. Um, like when I just wake up, when you like just wake up, you're like not with it. Like I had to wake up for my work thing one morning. I like got up, barely did anything, and just walked away out. And like, you know, it's just weird when you start talking to somebody when you immediately had just woke up like 5 minutes ago. Like I can't even have a conversation at that point. I can't even talk to me. You can't even talk to me without my coffee, okay? Like
Don't even talk to me if I haven't had my fucking coffee, okay? Don't even bother to talk to me if I haven't had my coffee fix for the goddamn day. I'm sorry, I haven't had my caffeine. Get the fuck out! Yeah, I didn't have my caffeine. That's why I screamed at you.
you can get away with anything if you don't have your coffee or if you haven't had your Snickers. Um sorry, you know. I was hangry, you know. I was hired. Wait, no. You wouldn't say that. I don't know. I guess there's not a word for not having your coffee yet. I was decaf word. I don't know. I mean, you would have to be tired plus something else, like um, Or they could make like something for commercials, like some coffee company could make something. Lack of caffeine disease. Are you suffering from a lack of Starbucks in the morning? Well, that's called, and you make up a fake sickness, and that's how you. That would kind of be a clever commercial. Maybe I should do commercials. You guys know anybody that you guys know anybody that does those? Man, I do feel out of it. I feel like Fetterman right now. Now I know how Fetterman feels. Am I right?
Am I right?
Guys, I know how Fetterman feels every day. Have a mild fatigue cold and feeling a little Fettermanitis, Maybe that's what they could call it. Like, oh, if you not had your Starbucks this morning, you might have Fetterman syndrome. Yeah, and I can't get that out of my head. Like, as soon as I saw Fetterman's name, I just had the Pearl Jam Better Man song going in my head, like, ever since I saw his name. So, like, seriously, constantly in my head now. I'm gonna have to go to, like, a mental institution soon.
Just can't do it, man. I just can't do it. Can't find a better man. Can't find a better man. Can't find a better man.
You know what would be funny? Like, if some. That sounds like a really depressing song. Like, I remember once. I guess I grew up, like, in South Jersey where they had these. Well, I guess every classic rock station always played Pearl Jam, like the same fucking Pearl Jam songs all the time. And that was one of them that would always make the rounds. Better Man by Pearl Jam. Along with their song Daughter, which is probably another depressing song. I don't know what it's about. Don't Call Me Daughter. Maybe she got raped or something by her dad. I'm just guessing the way his songs go. And the Better Man song is, like, I guess about a woman that settles and doesn't love the guy and is just like, I can't find anyone better. I guess I'll. And I always thought, like, people are so, like, dumb about lyrics. Like, they just kind of pick whatever sounds like this song is, like, a good song. I like this song. They don't think about what it means. And that song is, like, I guarantee you people had it as a wedding song. And let me just, like, look up the lyrics real quick just to analyze. That's what I do now on this podcast is just analyze lyrics. I'm going to Google if anybody's used it as a wedding song because it's super depressing. Oh, good. Taylor Swift covered it. Good. That's good. From Taylor's Vault. I'm so sick of Taylor Swift. Everybody acting like she's a genius or something. The only time she's in the news is when she's suing someone. Like, she's just a greedy asshole. Best Pearl Jam wedding song. All right, I want to see if anybody picked it as a wedding song. I'll get hilarious. I don't see anybody saying yes to. You guys remember forums? Oh man, this is so funny. Oh my god. At my wedding, I walked down the aisle to an instrumental version of Better Man. Well, that makes sense because people are gonna sit there listening to the lyrics. I mean, Pearl Jam is so overrated, like unbelievably overrated. And like this song, like the music makes you think it's uplifting, but like it's about a woman. Oh, let me show it on here. It's about a woman trapped in an unhealthy relationship. People. Okay, people? Okay? Whether her man is abusive, unfaithful, or perhaps even addicted to something, the woman is stuck in the relationship, hence her, she doesn't feel like, I don't think that's what's going on here. Oh, maybe there's something, people are, like, I don't think that's it. It always sounds to me like, oh wait, maybe not, because it says, it's got to stop, tell him. Take no more. Oh, okay. Maybe there is something going on then because it says she's practicing her speech as he opens the door, and she's about trying to leave, I guess. But to me, I didn't hear that part. I just heard like this woman is just never satisfied and just doesn't. And that could happen. Plenty of people settle to get married because they think they need to get. A lot of people just are like, well, I have to, I got a checklist, and one of them is to get married. And that's one problem I have with, like, just the whole idea of, like, getting married and stuff. Like, it's just hard for me to not think it's a checklist item. Like, shouldn't you be like, I don't know, maybe I'll get married. Like, but everybody's like, I'm gonna get married. So, like, that's your end goal. It's not even to find somebody that you want to marry. It's like, the end goal is just, I want a big wedding. And that's basically what it is for most people. That's why there's so many divorces. Because, yeah, you have your goals are wrong, Oh, no. Okay, I guess it is about a guy that isn't the person she thought. But I seriously think a lot of women just, he's not that great. He's a nice guy. A lot of people say that on dates. And, like, nowadays, this song would just be about somebody that, I don't know, he just didn't excite me enough. Like, not about a guy that's abusive, just about a guy that, like, I didn't feel like excited by him. So, like, but then she settled to get married. That's what I think this song really should be about. But either way, it's a really depressing song. Like, that would be hilarious for somebody to not know what it means and use it as a wedding song. We're walking down the aisle to she lies and says she's in love with him, can't find a Fetterman. And that's what my version in my wedding is going to be, can't find a Fetterman. And it's going to have pictures of Fetterman, Anyway, I think I killed all the Fetterman material now, guys, so. Look, Eddie Vedder is a genius, dude. When did that style start? Like, going like not opening your mouth to sing? Chris Cornell did that too. Although, I think he kind of, I don't know. I don't know if he did that as bad, though. But a lot of that whole style of grunge singing is you just aren't really singing. You're just not doing anything you're supposed to do to sing. Like, you're just like, no, you know my mouth, Eddie Vedder. Yeah. There's a song called Better. Yeah. I'm gonna try to find a concert clip of him talking, because that's how he actually sounds. Even during songs, he sounds like that. There's a song. Hold on, let me. Oh, look, this is the song I was just talking about. That one's probably copyrighted. It says their name on it. This one savers. Yeah. Hold on, guys. Let me find it. Hold on. Come on. I had a Pearl Jam DVD, and I mean, it was just like, they're like sloppy live. I don't know if it was just that era in their career, but I wouldn't say they're the greatest live band, just from that DVD I had. What? Here we go. Hopefully, he's gonna talk at some point. Damn it. Wow. This must be the only time he never talked in the concert. Let's see. Ridiculous. I can't find anything. Yeah. There's a song, Better Man. And it's about being a better man. And you know what you should do is vote for Fetterman, because he's the better man. Ew, Beyonce and Eddie Vedder, ugh. I'm a rocker, but I ain't afraid to go collaborate with Beyonce. She's black. She's black, so I didn't. Alright, I guess I have to. Here we go, guys.
So years later, we hadn't been on the show. In fact, we weren't really doing.
No, man, that's not it either. I'm sorry, guys. Oh my god, why is it so hard to find something? Son of a bitch. Ew, holy shit. I've never seen him look like this before.
Good evening. Oh, let's go.
Oh, is this like a tribute to the Ramones, I guess? They didn't have that style of hair, though.
You know, if it weren't for Johnny Ramone, I would have come here not knowing who.
Oh, it's inducting the Ramones. So this is him having a mohawk for some reason. I don't remember the Ramones having a, like, I don't know what he's doing here. Midlife crisis or what, but.
Lee was. But that's part of the story you'll get in a bit. And yeah, I do have a mohawk. And no,
Yeah.
I didn't get it to pose up here as a
Yeah.
rocker for this exalted occasion. I'd actually frustration of world events and bombings and things like that.
What?
I took it out on my own hair.
It was 2002 bombings. I guess he's talking about war on terror. I guess he's talking about the war on terror. Yeah, that's when they started to get super political. I mean, I'm sure they were before that, but I remember, like George W. Bush being in, and they got super political, like super political.
And
Yeah.
sometimes you feel powerless and you do sometimes silly things.
Yeah.
But 2 days after it was done, I walked into a shop to buy a Christmas gift back in November, and I was accused of shoplifting. So even though the Ramones tonight are being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it doesn't mean that punk rockers are looking like a punk rocker has become respectable. The Ramones didn't need mohawks to be punk. Had one. I don't think anyone in the band ever had one.
Yep, I was right.
Visually aggressive.
He has to explain, like, yeah, it's just like, I was taken out of my mohawk, got a mohawk. Just got a mohawk, and accused of stealing. Yeah, the Ramones didn't, have one, but, some bombings and George Bush, Buck Fush, everybody. Fuck George W. Bush. I wonder if he's going to say that. It's only a 17-minute long speech, guys, so maybe I should play the entire thing. Long, rambling bullshit. I'm a rocker, I'm not as all. You know, a lot of us rockers have this is kind of going into the Johnny Depp impression that I saw Kyle Dunnigan do. It's kind of the same, like, thing. He, like, doesn't really, like, enunciate it all. He's just kind of like, I don't even need to open my mouth and talk because it's like, I'm just like a rocker, you know? I guess Johnny Depp is probably, like, he wants to be Eddie Vedder in a way, like, because he's in bands and stuff. Like, is he doing it Eddie Vedder, or is that his real, the way he talks is my question.
He goes from
God, every fucking artist is so pretentious. I mean, unbelievable. Why do they all act like this? Like, hey, him and Eddie Vedder could like just be interchangeable. Like, you know what? And you know what it is? It's also very girly too. The way Eddie Vedder's like, I, to make a statement, I'm got a mohawk. Like, but then I have to explain it to everyone because it has nothing to do with the Ramones. I mean, I have one, but like, I know none of them had a mohawk. I'm not saying they had a mohawk. It's just Butterman coming up next. Yeah. It's just like, but it's how Johnny Depp was on the stand. He had that voice. He had that same voice. Weird. Yeah, just don't like. I don't know, man. Every artist is like a. There's something wrong with every single one of them. Like so pretentious. Like, oh, I just have a mohawk because of the Ramones, but not because of the Ramones, but also because there's bombings going on. Like there isn't ever bombings going on. I mean, the reality is there's too many things that suck that you could like try to make a statement about, like, and you know, just being like somebody like Eddie Vedder is just like, I'm just gonna make this my thing now, like, this is my thing now, bombings and the Iraq War, but like, you know, right now I'm sure there's bombings going on that nobody, you know, it's not in the media, so they're not talking about it. Oh, man. I mean, maybe the pandemic, one silver lining. One silver lining is, I don't know, maybe artists are going to come down to earth. I don't think that's happening. I think it's only getting worse. You know, the whole, like, singing Imagine thing that happened over the quarantine, like, that's not at all surprising. Like, every artist just has to, like, they can't come down to earth. Like, maybe now I think they're talking less a little bit. I think that's what happened. Like, if they were talking, though, it will be annoying. Like, every actor, every musician, they have to make it about themselves. Like, oh, I have to have a mohawk because of bombings for some reason. And also the Ramones, but they didn't have a mohawk. But so ignore the mohawk. But also, you know, he's fucking, look at how fucking cool he looks, dude. Like, holy shit. I'm punk rock, man. That's why I'm on every corporate, like, mainstream rock station playing the same songs over and over again. Hey, we're like anti-fucking corporate greed, but also our concerts cost a lot, and we're at like every stadium that every bank owns. Like, you can't really even take stands as an artist. You have to, just to make you sold out, and you have to sell out. I don't think there's a way to not sell out unless you want to not be successful or something. And you heard, oh, he might talk here. Here we go, yes.
What do you understand happened after Ms. Heard auditioned for Aquaman?
Oh, God. Yes.
After Ms. Heard's audition, or possibly auditions, for Warner Brothers and I suppose the creative team, Ms. Heard expressed to me that the film was going to be, Warner Brothers had said that the film was going to be shooting in Australia. And Australia was for Ms. Heard, that was a potential problem, which...
All right, guess who it is? You heard that clip. Now, who's this guy?
And that's what people did. They sat in front of their parents' hi-fis and played along with Road to Ruin or It's
Oh, my
Survivor.
God.
And a very important part of their life.
Shit, such a long fucking speech.
A great musician from Seattle.
Who's more excruciating, this or...
Objection, Your Honor. Your approach?
Who's more excruciating to listen to,
Stevens
guys?
for the first.
to make it back to Los Angeles for this audition.
Yeah.
That audition was at Warner Brothers. It was whatever film it was.
And when were you?
Or this guy.
Said something, and I think he spoke for the whole Seattle community, that the the Ramones are Beatles.
No.
Going back to that time and CBGB's.
All right. I know when people die or whatever it is, when they get an award, you're supposed to like overpraise them. But come on, they were our Beatles. What are you talking about? You are Pearl Jam is closer to the Beatles than the Ramones, I think. Right? I mean, they're not at all like the Ramones. Like, there's nothing about Pearl Jam. I mean, what are you talking about? Ramones had one sound. Beatles had like eras and like all these different sounds. Like, I mean, I know like Beatles became like, I don't know, so mainstream and like everybody loved, like people kind of love to hate on them a little bit too. Like, oh, the Beatles weren't that great. And it's like, they were though. I mean, like all their different, like an album a year, like, and they were amazing. And all those guys were like so good. And then you combine, they were even better. So, I mean, I don't like, there was really no other band like that, I don't think. Ramones? Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, so those are just two artist types. Like, that's how they talk. They, you know, I'm going to just talk in a flowery, like, long, rambling language. And then, God, think about how it is now. Like, these guys are nothing. Like, these two clips are nothing compared to how annoying artists and celebrities got now. Like, now they act like they're like a savior of everyone and like, oh, you know, whatever. So I guess I missed the area where Eddie Vedder was the annoying guy, you know? Now, like, I don't know. Yeah. Fetterman. Can't find Fetterman. Vote for Fetterman. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really sick of like the crazy rhetoric now with like politics. Like, now we have this election coming up next week, I guess, and I mean, it's both sides now. It's like the right is saying that the left is gonna ruin like the world and like riot and like we're gonna be destroyed. And then the left is saying the same thing about the right. Like, I mean, they're just like all panicking, like. And then it's like they both kind of go, well, look, we're only reacting like that because they're going to. Well, it's like, no, somebody has to be the bigger person. But, like, it just can't happen anymore. Like, nobody can just try to get along. Nobody can just get along. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way to not have to mention you have a mohawk, you know? Like, it's not something you just get, you know? It's not like, oh, you have a mohawk. Oh, okay, whatever. I barely noticed. That's just one of those things where you're like, please look at me. Please notice this. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's time for a mohawk. I mean, I don't know. Like, you don't just get it and then, like, go about your business. Like, it's just like a crazy, ridiculous style. I don't know. Man, I'm glad this trial's over, though. Johnny Depp. They both kind of acted like that was like the trial of like the most important thing to ever happen, you know, like that was like humanity on trial or something. Maybe that'll start a trend where every celebrity couple just has a public trial like that, like Tom Brady will soon because I guess he's getting divorced and whatever, you know. So yeah, Tom Brady. Oh, I might have to take another deep will here. Yeah. Yeah, so everybody keeps talking about, will Trump return to Twitter now? Like, who fucking cares? I mean, I realized something like this week, I don't know, Trump is kind of like a supervillain to the left, you know? Like, they really can't stop talking. It's almost like the Batman and Joker relationship where, like, they both need each other to, like, It's like they need Trump to just have a thing there to be like, well, Trump. Because if you can't point at a specific thing, you can always go, did you see what Trump said? That's like what was going on for years while he's in office. Is like, we got to stop this because you know what Trump just said? I mean, Trump, we have to stop because Trump. But if he's not, like, visible, like, that's why I'm confused. Like, why do they want to kick him off Twitter? Like, because then they have no ammunition to, like, talk about him. I mean, unless they join the other thing, his Truth Social thing. I don't know. All right. Well, just inform you guys here. I do feel pretty shitty. And I could have the flu or the cold or COVID. I think it's going to go away like tomorrow or Monday. This happens to me every couple times a year, I think. And it's always like, well, sometimes I have more cold like sometimes I'll have more, like a little bit more of a scratchy throat or sniffling, like well, I guess the past couple days I was sneezing a lot, and then I did have a lot of mucus, and then I guess it moved on to just body aches all over. So it could be, I guess, I wouldn't say it's severe aches, so I guess it might be the common cold, according to this chart here. Similar to the flu, but less severe. Nah, you know. Cold symptoms appear over the course of a few days. That's what happened to me, so I guess that's what it is. I don't think it's anything else here. I guess I just get confused because, like, you think of the cold, like, oh, I have to have a sore throat and a runny nose and body aches, but like, I usually get. It's just been happening where sometimes I'll have body aches by themselves and then a very slight scratchy throat, like I have right now. So just wanted to educate you guys on that. I don't think I have mono. Symptoms last for 1 to 2 months with that. Wow. Maybe I do have. No, I don't. I don't think it's ever lasted that long. Oh, stress can cause body aches, but it's not like other things. No, I don't think that's it. I will say lack of sleep does cause these things for me. Mood changes. Randomly, like, get more self-conscious than usual. It's like not a good thing. I don't think this whole chronic fatigue syndrome, I think that's a little bit of a trend to say you have, because you can just be like, I have chronic fatigue, like, oh, I'm tired. I must have this chronic fatigue syndrome. I don't know, Muscle weakness. How do you know you have muscle weakness and it's not a body ache thing? Uh-oh. Do I have fibro? No. Pain and stiffness? That's not what I have. All right. I'm done. I'm not going to go down a rabbit hole here. It's easy to do, Sometimes I've been, when you get in these, like, little hypochondriac phases, like if you get it something, sometimes I'll go, uh-oh, is MS coming? And the only reason I think that is because I saw these actresses that have it now. Selma Blair has had it for years now, like, but it was, like, really surprising because she seems healthy in every other way. And now some other actress, Christina Applegate, has MS. They both have MS, and so, but I read that I guess it's more common with women and all this other stuff. So I think I'm fine because it says symptoms usually occur before the age of 40, which I'm coming up on, so. But, like, when you get body aches, like, whenever that happens, I go, uh-oh, MS is coming. But I think that's different anyway, so. Anyway, yeah. I wanted to talk about something very important, guys.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Ugh, fuck, disgusting. So there was this guy, I don't know why it's not coming up. I have to get really specific. Ugh. Apparently this guy
Rex Chapman.
admits that he has a bizarre crush on Nancy Pelosi, and he always has. Now, look, maybe he's saying I used to have one, and that is a little more acceptable, although I don't really understand it either because, I don't know. I guess it's kind of like the way I think anybody in the public eye gets kind of propped up a little bit. Like, you see them a lot, and if they're in this position of power, I think that kind of, like, that really contributes to, if you start to think someone's hot or something. I mean, I never really understood the AOC thing. Everybody was like, oh, she's so hot. I'm like, I just don't, I've actually never thought that. There's other people in Congress and stuff that I think are cute, maybe, but like, and they're, I don't know, not really cute, just like, oh, that's, I don't know. But to have a crush on, an 80-year-old woman is a little weird. I don't know if that's bigoted to say now, but I really don't understand this because I've seen this not just from this guy, because I've seen it on Reddit somewhere. Somebody posted some long thing about like, I don't know if this is weird, but I find her really hot or attractive or even at her age and stuff. And I was like, and everybody did like slam the guy that posted it, like, because it is one thing to say this 30 years ago. He should be 50 then, I guess. But like, I mean, dude, like, what? I mean, that's like the last one I would think someone would bring up. I mean, AOC, you have a little, like, at least the age factor. Like, she's like the youngest one in Congress or something. I mean, this is just really funny and ridiculous. Like, this is really embarrassing. I would have deleted this. I don't know. I don't think he has deleted it because I think that would have came up. This is obviously a right-wing site, but here's his tweet here. Yuck. Ugh. And then he digs up old pictures of her, like, oh, look how hot she was. It's like, no, dude. I mean, she was looking like she had age wrinkles back whenever this was. I don't know when this was, but damn, how old is she? Because this looks like such an old picture. This guy actually tweeted this and put it out there and didn't delete it.
I love Nancy Pelosi. Full disclosure, like, huge crush. Huge. From way back. Beautiful? Yeah. But big brain. Big brain. Huge confidence. I guess
Other people have covered this, obviously. Fuck. Oh my god. Dude, fuck, it's disgusting. Dude, like, come on. Oh my god. And I know that, like, there's been this stuff on, like, every time people bring her up online, it's always talking about her big tits, man. Fucking Pelosi milkers. Look at those milkers. It's fucking gross. I mean, she's, if you like, as soon as somebody talks about her boobs, like, I literally picture the lady from The Shining. Like, that's how she would look, if not worse. I don't even know if the lady that like horrific older lady that was naked in the bathtub was 80. I mean, probably, but like, I guarantee the actress wasn't even as old as Pelosi is now, though. Dude, this is fucking disgusting, dude. They just get the weirdest people, like, to be these weird news anchors now. Like, who the fuck is this guy? He looks like who is this guy? Like, I would have thought, oh, is this, who's that one guy? Howie Mandel? Howie Mandel looking. I mean, he looks just like he's trying to look like Howie Mandel. Get these fucking obnoxious block glass nerd glasses. Look at his teeth there. Hi. Pelosi is so sexy.
It's fucking sexy. She's sexy. Oh my
God, why do we have to always sexualize people in the public eye now? Like, everybody gets sexualized. Like, oh my God, man. I was also thinking, like, he was defending her husband there because he got attacked. Which I think is not the story they put out there. I think it is probably a gay lover or something going on. Or somebody that knew him because it sounded like he just let him in the house. But, like, also, if you're her husband and you see that guy's comments, how are you going to feel about it? Like, how, like, are you going to go, thank you for being a creep about my wife? Like, what if you're Pelosi's grandkids? You'd fucking vomit. God. I don't know. I'm not surprised at all about this shit anymore. Like, the way people go to bat for their, like, favorite politicians. I mean, I do really like Tulsi Gabbard. Like, in a way, you could say I have a crush on her, but she's close to she's actually probably only like a year or two older than me, so it's not that weird. But I don't know her. I'm not going to say, I don't know, you know? I wouldn't put that tweet out there, though, honestly, even if her husband got attacked with a hammer. I would be embarrassed to put that out there, like, even if I did idolize someone. And the closest it comes to is probably Tulsi, like, as far as politicians go. Or anybody, really. No one else really speaks out against craziness. I mean, there's no, like, celebrities or anybody that does that. Fucking, what the You know, this is just one of those guys who's always online, and I did look him up, and he is, like, a former addict or something. Or he was on painkillers, and he, like, actually got arrested, and he stole something. And he said that he had no memory of it or something. Oh, I don't remember any of that. It's like, it's not a valid defense. Like, although I have wondered about, there was actually maybe a documentary or something about this. Somebody who killed someone, like, sleepwalking, like, didn't remember doing it at all. And that is scary as hell to think about. Like, could that happen to somebody? Like, you literally don't have a memory of doing that, and you wake up and someone's dead, you know? Because, you know, we've all had dreams about, I don't know if I've had dreams of killing someone that, like, I'm usually the victim in my dreams. Or not, like, I wouldn't say I'm getting murdered, but just I'll fall or I'll do something like that. I don't think I've had dreams where I kill people. But who knows? And then you wake up and you thought the demon was in your dream, and then there's a dead person there. Could happen. If you take enough Ambien, maybe that'll happen. Like, who knows what some of these, like, prescriptions. I think there was some book about. There's this guy called Robin Cook. He's an author. And years ago, I used to buy books that were really cheap. I would just see books that were like $3 or less that were like used or something. And this guy's books were always there available. And they were pretty decent. Like, kind of the style of like a Stephen King, but he wrote about medical stuff because he's like a surgeon. He's like an actual doctor, I think. Surgeon, yeah. And he wrote about these, like, I want to see what his books were, because I feel like he had a sleep disorder book where people, I read a few of his books, so one of them, no, I don't think this is it. I don't know what this is. I know there was this one. I definitely read Coma. Man, he has a lot, so I might have read, like, nope. I don't know. All right, I guess I don't know. I thought he had one about a sleep thing you take and you go do crazy shit or something. Okay, well, it looks like there's a Wikipedia about homicidal sleepwalking. Mike Birbiglia better be careful. Remember he had the Sleepwalk with Me movie about, I guess he sleepwalked. You better watch out, he might kill someone. Yeah, in 1946 as a first case, he used it as a defense of murdering some prostitute. I'm sure he lied. Most of these people are probably lying. Oh, wow, this guy, 1961, a sergeant, confessed to strangling a local woman on New Year's Day, 1961, but claimed that he was asleep and only woke to realize what he had done. I should have done this for Halloween. And he had pled not guilty because he said he was asleep, and he was actually acquitted. Wow. This kind of sounds like Johnny Depp or Amber Heard. 1991, Burgess was accused of hitting his girlfriend with a wine bottle and then a videotape recorder. He was found not guilty because of this sleepwalking thing. Let's see. The court concluded, somebody tried to use it there, 1999, but he didn't get off. Let's see. Jules Lowe confessed to causing the death of his father in 2004, but did not remember committing the act. He used that as an offense, but he was found not guilty by insanity, so it kind of worked for him. Brian Thomas in 2008 was accused of killing his wife. While dreaming that he was fighting off intruders, he was freed in 2009, and he got off because of that. That's crazy. Guys, it could happen to you. You better watch out. I don't really think I've ever... You know what? I might have sleepwalked like one time. I think I had a really bad fever when I was like a kid and was semi-sleepwalking, but I think I was also just had a high fever. But you could also, the whole blacking out, like, that's different from sleepwalking, I would think, so... That is scary. Sleepwalking is really scary. I don't really sleepwalk, but I do, like, sometimes I will, like, yell or, like, fall off my bed because I'm dreaming something where I'm, like, trapped or, like, trying to escape something. The last time I did it, I fucking... Man. I think I accidentally took a melatonin or something. Or maybe more than one, I don't know. So I think I did by accident. And I did fall off my bed, like, and I was on a hotel, and it actually hurt. And that was bad. I don't know why it happens, it just does sometimes. It's kind of like that sleep paralysis. I don't really I think I used to sort of get that growing up, like, when I would sleep on my back, I would just, like, stop breathing or, like, struggle to breathe, and then I would, like, have to, like, roll around, and then I would wake up. It's not really paralysis, like, temporary, I guess, but... And I did kill a few people, but I thought they were, like, monsters, so it's fine. Oh, wow, look at this. Arizona man Scott Flatter claimed he was asleep when he stabbed his wife, but prosecutors were quick to point out that, he held her head underwater, stabbed her 44 times, changed his clothes, and disposed of the bloody clothes and murder weapon while sleepwalking. Yeah, that doesn't sound very believable. Oh, wow, this guy... Oh, this is awful. Kenneth James Park, a Canadian man, beat his mother-in-law to death with a tire iron and tried to choke his father-in-law to death, but he survived. Neither police nor sleep specialist believes the story, but then he had an EEG, and the results helped convince the doctors that he had been asleep. That is really scary. I guess Aaron Carter died. Breaking news, guys. He was. I've only heard bad things lately about him. Like, I'm surprised Bam Margera isn't dead, because he kind of reminds me of him. I don't know anything about why he died, but. Oh boy, she gained weight. Yeah, I don't know. I have suspicions that Aaron Carter was hard as a kid. You know what I mean? I think he was molested as a kid or something. I don't know if he did, but I just kind of think he probably was. In 2017, he said, "Oh, I had an eating disorder for 10 years because of a hiatal hernia." Well, I have one of those, and that doesn't cause an eating disorder, I don't think. Unless maybe he had a bad one, I don't know. That sucks that he died. I don't know anything about it, though. What else? Kevin Spacey's in the news again for some reason. There's something called Sexsomnia. Usually this happens with a willing partner. Wait, what? Okay, I have to look this up. An individual engaging in sexual acts while in non-rapid eye movement sleep. So this isn't the normal, like, wet dreams. I guess it's most often diagnosed in males and adolescents. I never heard of this. Although they appear to be fully awake, I guess like sleepwalking, individuals who have sexsomnia have no recollection of the sexual behaviors they exhibit while asleep. As a result, the individual that they share the bed with notices and reports the sexual behavior. Oh, wow. And it's been used in criminal defense for sexual assault and rape. Well, that must be... Somebody's really doing some deep Googling, because I didn't hear about that before. I was sleep raping someone. I wasn't... Hey, come on. I was asleep. I didn't know I did it. Oh, this is so imagine doing this by accident. You're like sleep. It says masturbation, fondling, intercourse. Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. Wow. Oh my God, this is creepy. A confusing characteristic for those witnessing someone in a Sexsomnia episode. That sounds like a movie title or something. Sexsomnia. That almost sounds like you... I don't know. That's a weird name for it. The appearance of their eyes being open is a confusing characteristic. The eyes are described as being vacant and glassy, even though the person is unconscious and unaware of their actions. I don't know if I'd even believe somebody who said this about themselves. Well, that makes sense. Drugs would cause it. This sucks. Fuck, that would suck ass. I mean, yeah, I don't see how you have the... Because if you're having, sex, you'd have to have a partner that's doing it also. I guess that would be the best case scenario if you have this, is that you're like with your girlfriend or your wife and they think you're awake and are doing it with you, and then later you go, what? I don't remember. That would suck. But that's the best case scenario. Somebody wants it. Now, like, to go into the whole, like, assault thing, like, that's really dangerous shit. I mean, that's really scary. Like, even if you're with your partner, what if they didn't want it and you... Well, I would think you wouldn't, like, just involuntarily rape someone if you're not that type of person, though. Wow, this is really tricky. This is really crazy. Oh, I knew it. See, Ambien. It says here, certain medications, including Ambien, have been seen to increase the risk of sexsomnia. That I'll never take an Ambien then. That does sound like one of those Robin Cook books. I mean, oh, this is a great pill. It solves everything. And then everybody starts jerking off in public and they don't know they're doing it. That is crazy. Sleepwalk raping. That's what that is then. You can't say, like, how is this different from sleepwalking and then blaming that on, like, I guess it's just, if it's sex, then it's this thing. Wow. Bad. That is not good. This is not good. Oh my God, dude. I could see if you're on drugs, though. I could see how this could happen. But Ambien doing it is scary. Just the fact that would have happened ever. Man, we really went down the rabbit hole today, didn't we?
We really did. Sexsomnia is coming to a town near you.
Everybody,
Check out the new movie Sexsomnia. You thought it was safe to go to bed at night? Somebody's wants to have sex and they don't know they're doing it. I'm sorry, I have sexsomnia.
damn, that's fucking creepy. I guess the murdering is worse, but it's still really bad. Like, with our society the way it is now, like, honestly, like, what is worse in the eyes of society? I do think, actually, jerking off in public, even if you have sexsomnia and you're sleep doing it, I think that's kind of worse than if you kill someone while you're sleepwalking, honestly. The way society is now, I think that would be seen as worse. Although Jeffrey Toobin is fine. He's back on CNN. I mean, you can go ahead and Toobin yourself. I guess that's fine if you're a CNN correspondent. But everywhere else, no. It's a big no-no. I mean, if you do have, like, a sexual fantasy while you're asleep, like, I mean, I think a lot of guys have that. I don't know if women do, but are you doing anything? Like, I have wondered that. If you ever have, like, a, sexy dream or whatever they're called, I don't think I have wet dreams as much as I used to, like. But I will have sometimes, you just have this kind of dreams where you're fantasizing. But then you're like, did I do anything? And I hope that is not the case, because just imagine someone in the room with, like, you're sleeping, I don't know, on a camping trip, something, and you, oh my God, that would be humiliating. I don't know, man. If you are high, that's like the only defense, I think. Oh, I was on ecstasy plus this and this. Like, what other defense could you have? You would have to say you have that disorder, I guess. I don't know. Scary. Maybe Louis C.K. could have used that. Louis C.K., what? I have sexsomnia, What are you going to do? I didn't even know I did it. Yeah. Man, that's creepy. This guy hasn't really talked about either. I just, like, happened to get his books because they were cheap at, like, little, like, Goodwill type stores. They just would have his books. Anyway, just to get you guys up to date on all the like, disorders, sleep disorders, Yeah, anybody let me know if there's a body ache, reason I'm having body aches. Pelosi's sexy as fuck, man. Old women. Old politicians are sexy as fuck, dude. I mean, oh God, dude. I just don't understand that we have to do this with everybody. I guess it's women mostly. I mean, not to sound like whatever, but it is really women that they always have to talk about if they're hot or not. Like, ugh. Good Lord. God, man. I didn't know her husband's so old, too. Like, Paul Pelosi. Just fucking perfect, dude. Just got such a crush, man. On a geriatric person, you know? Just. I think the best picture I've seen of Nancy Pelosi, like the sexiest one, is probably. Oh my God. Okay, so I guess. This one. This is the hottest picture of Pelosi. I mean, far none, dude. Holy shit. This is probably the hottest one. Like, just my taste, you know? This one right here. I mean, you guys can have your favorites probably too, but like, this is probably the hottest, like, candid secret picture of like Pelosi. She's fucking like just sexy as hell. Perfect woman, dude. Like, what could you ask for? The first thing I think about in a politician is bangable or not bangable.
Fucking A plus, like, sex. Sexiness is off the charts, man. Pelosi. Bathtub candid picture. Coming towards you in the Overlook Hotel, everybody.
Oh, fuck, man. That's like a comedy scene in The Shining. There's like almost comedic elements to that. Him seeing this like younger hot woman and then that's how she really looks. Man, that's funny. That's not what Paul Pelosi see. No, I don't mean to be so mean. But Paul Pelosi, look, he's definitely wasn't doing gay stuff with that guy that came over. Definitely not, because that, like, being gay is bad now, I guess. How dare you suggest that? No, I don't know. Who cares? Ugh, fuck, man. I mean, it's impressive if he was doing anything like that. Even with Nancy at 80 years old. Like, that's pretty impressive, dude. Kudos to him. Yeah, kudos to Paul Pelosi. By the way, I say dude a lot, and I'm always kidding when I say it, but I don't think that comes off. I'm, like, joking, basically. I mean, sometimes I do say it seriously. But, anyway. Remember to, find yourself a Fetterman, guys. Yeah, Fetterman. Just Fetterman. Vote for sucks. So we gotta do this fascist racist coming out here. Vote Fetterman. Vote for change. Fetterman.